Hello and welcome back, everyone, to the laboratory and Rocket Rabbit commentaries on the Hyperion. And in this episode, we will be choosing one of the two Protoss upgrades. We'll be going with the ultra capacitors because it increases every time we get an upgrade from the for our infantry units. It increases their attack speed by 5%. It is not a significant upgrade, but it's the better one out of the two. So.
Speed, Pascal, speed.
Emperor, much has been written in regards to the Toloski's investigative documentary, Imperial Dawn, even claims that you brought down the Confederate system by assuring Tarsonis' fall.
I've heard these conspiracy theories before.
The fact is, Arcturus, that you did that on purpose, like an asshole.
Invaded Tarsonis en masse, and no force in the universe could have stopped their onslaught. It was a very terrible day.
Yes, especially for my very bleak and blighted conscience.
A corrupt government that you yourself spent a lifetime trying to overthrow.
Millions died that day, and you speak to me of convenience?
Yes, we do.
Yes. I strove against the evils of the old Confederacy, but never with the object of personal gain.
Oh no, never personal gain. I would die before I accepted anything for myself.
As a species.
Striking words from the Emperor himself.
Striking lies.
Zerglings allergic to lemon juice, old wives' tale, or new super weapon in the fight for humanity.
For the record, that
right,
joke
so
actually is referenced in Heart of the Swarm if you know where to find it. And yes, Abathur, which is a character we will be seeing once we get into Heart of the Swarm, does make mention of the fact that yes, Zerglings are allergic to lemon juice.
That totally should have been a soundbite that only comes up when Terrans fight Zerg. Is that occasionally one of the Marines will say, "I got lemon juice."
The problem is, I don't think it's possible for us to actually have a decent amount of lemon juice for our campaign. I mean, lemons specifically require a pretty decent amount of acidic content in the soil in order to grow, right?
The Mobius boys think there's another.
No, that's not necessarily true. The acidity is a process of photosynthesis.
Okay.
Call themselves the town.
What the fruit, because, well, I mean, put it to you this way: every plant-based compound has at least some protein in it. Well, that protein comes from the soil, yes. So nitrogenous soil, you get protein. Protein yields cellular structures, cell division, growth, and then the photosynthesizing process that allows it to bear lemons.
Ah, hell.
Them critters were just hiding underground, waiting?
No idea, but you can bet they're headed straight for our shore.
All right. So yes, we are attempting to do a smash and grab, which is why the mission is called Smash and Grab. Our goal is to avoid the Protoss and Zerg forces as much as we can. Get to the shrine in the center, take the relic, and leave.
So we'll land here and cut our way through the Protoss lines while they're busy with the Zerg. It's only a matter of time before the Zerg overwhelm the Protoss. We'd best grab the artifact and be long gone by then.
We're also going to get one of the more interesting units that StarCraft 2 gave the Terrans. It's still called Smash and Grab. Although it's going to take us a couple of minutes before we actually get said unit. So.
By the numbers, boys.
Now remember, just like we saw in the video.
Armed and ready. Can't wait.
Protoss relic. Woot.
Huh. That was easy.
The Zerg severely outnumber the Protoss forces. It is likely the Protoss will fall shortly.
Well, here's the plan.
Exactly as we had planned.
Before the Zerg overrun the whole place.
Ha! You can't kill me, I'm immortal.
Effectively. Alright, so as Pascadet was mentioning, we're supposed to do Monolith effectively right after we do Safe Haven. The thing is, doing Monolith right after Safe Haven is a thing that I never actually do. I always end up doing Monolith really goddamn late in the run.
Warning. Protoss StarCraft
And the
are
reason
allied
is
with
specifically because we're never going to use the Marauder after this mission. And the Marauder, despite being a really, really good unit, is a unit that I don't honestly need to use, like, ever.
I ain't sure this is the best time to be experimenting, Swan.
No, we lost a Marine!
You know, every
Here are Marauders.
So, see,
They're
every
extremely
success-
bulky. They have a really good anti-ground attack, and if you upgrade them from Swan and the Armory Council, they will have the ability to slow enemy attacks, and movement speed with their concussive shells. With that in mind, the Marauder is honestly one of the best support units that you can have for an all-bio force. But because they only attack grounded units, Marines are just strictly better at what we're doing. So yeah, we're going to be ignoring them this run.
Sadness.
Yes, very sadness. I do recommend picking up the Hammer Security Merc contract after this mission, simply because having elite Marauders is honestly really, really kick-ass. But I still don't recommend making your own Marauders, because they're a bit more expensive. I think they're 75-25. The Vestbane cost on them specifically makes them less pleasing as an option. Pleasing is not the right word
Feasible.
there, but you know, it's the one I'm using.
The word you're looking for is feasible.
They're definitely feasible because the 25 Vestbane is not difficult to obtain.
But it comes at a cost. Like time.
Now, yeah, the big reason why I don't use Marauders is because
Damn
they
it.
take about twice as long as Marines in order to produce. We're going this way in order to pick up the other
Boom.
Protoss relic that's here. When what I should have done is just built the starport or used the Merc compound to get Hell's Angels out, because you can totally cheese getting this relic if you. You can totally cheese getting this relic if you just use the ability to fly. Don't
Man,
think that
you
this
got
fight is
lucky.
particularly difficult. I just handled it very poorly. My medic was once again in the front lines when it wasn't fucking supposed to be.
Dude, retreat. Retreat.
There's nothing to retreat from. Everything here is dead.
Damn. We won by the skin of our teeth.
Yeah, pathing is still a pretty big problem,
Kaboom,
specifically
baby.
with Terran. I think that although pathing is significantly better than it was in StarCraft 1, it still needs some pretty significant work, specifically when it comes to Marauders and medics. Marauders having the additional 2-buy in their unit composition makes it so that it's difficult for Marines to function around them. But
Warning.
the big thing
Incoming Zerg
that gets to be a problem is the fact that medics actually have higher movement speed than either Marauders or Marines do.
Is that a jump cut?
Yep, we jump cut in order to having our force. You'll notice that we're using the Spartan Company for additional damage here because, well, we had a bunch of spare minerals and Vestbane lying around, so we figured to throw at least some mercs here. And now our medics are too far behind.
Let's have a blast.
And
Oh, I fucking miss the Marauders. They are my big cuddly buddies. These guys.
the Spartan Company Goliaths are honestly really, really good throughout most of the campaign. I just wish that it didn't take so long for them to unlock the first set in the Merc Company, because the Merc compound has got a specific cooldown before you can actually access it. I think it's 5 minutes before you can summon your first set of War Pigs, and then it's an additional couple minutes after that for each of the other mercenaries. So it takes a while for the mercs that you want to use to be actually usable. I think the big one is the fact that Jackson's Revenge, which is the last mercenary company, takes a full 10 minutes before you can bring it out the first time.
Jesus Christ.
And we will be seeing Jackson's Revenge. You only get one Jackson's Revenge per mission, sadly. But we will be seeing it, I promise. We don't need to take down these buildings, but we're taking down these buildings simply because, well, they're here, and we don't want to have to deal with reinforcements from this pylon.
Now we're going to take out their supply.
No. What we're doing right here specifically is getting the final relic and hoping that this force is strong enough to take down the mini boss at the end of the camp at the end of this mission. This mission is effectively over. We just got to take down the mini boss. Now. There is an achievement. There is an achievement for this particular mini boss if you can actually take it down without losing any units. I know that it is definitely possible. I have the achievement, but I don't get it here. I think we end up losing one of our Spartan companies because we're not paying close enough attention. Waiting for the first fruits to die.
Mr.
Thank you.
You can't get through the force field.
Mini boss time.
It's a trap. Oh, 3 Titans.
They're effectively
Come on
Colossus
now.
units. Yeah, we lost one of our Spartan companies, sadly. But if you come into here with just Marine Medic, this honestly is a super easy fight to not lose any units in. It's just that I brought in a Spartan company and some Marauders, so we ended up losing some.
I got a crew coming down to pick up the artifact.
No, we got the long piece. Woot!
We got what we came for. Let's hightail it out of here.
Hi, Kerrigan.
I forgot how resourceful you were, Jim. I won't make that mistake twice.
Kerrigan.
Bye, Kerrigan.
Hive-minded witch.
Rock solid. Yeah, we lost a Spartan company, I think a Marine and a Medic during that fight. Now, although if we were on hard mode, would we have gotten hit and run? I think we're a minute behind. Yeah. Grainy video camera footage.
There. You see that?
Most of this
Yes,
camera
you-
footage is muzzle flares, which is weird because that is a terrible place to put a camera.
You see what happens when Jim Raynor lets in the Wicked Witch of the West. This is Vermilion, signing it to you live.
Hey, Tychus. Hey, Horner.
That's funny, convict. I don't recall giving you access to our database.
Just keeping up on current events, Captain. Seems this Queen of Blade got everybody running scared. She don't look so.
She was the final boss of the last game, and technically the first boss of the first game, Tychus.
Allow me to bring you back up to speed. I don't think you've played StarCraft 1, Tygus. Have a seat.
They were close once.
Wait a minute. You're telling me they were shacked up?
It's heavily implied that they were shacked up. We don't actually have it confirmed.
Zerg took her. Turned her into that.
And Jimmy feels responsible.
Not necessarily responsible, but
To
guilty.
face her again? I don't know what he'll do.
And then in the next part, Jack Black seriously considers destroying his old friend Ophelia once and for all.
Be safe, everybody.